Hey guys, so a lot of people have asked me in the past, and even now, how did CZRReptiles start? How did it get its name? So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to explain all those things in this video. As you can see, I have my little buddy Tobago here. If you guys have been to an event of ours, you've probably fallen in love with him too. He's amazing. We'll do a video about Tobago another day. So I'm just going to go through my life a little bit and how I got to the point of CZRReptiles. You know, without all the life experiences that we've all had, we wouldn't be where we are today, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. So I'll just get back into my first job ever. My first job ever, I worked at McDonald's. I was a cashier. I actually liked it a lot. There was a manager that wasn't that nice, so that was a lot of fun. But also, just wanted to say, as far as, you know, customer service workers, people that work with the public every single day, just be nice to them. A lot of people treated me like complete crap because they thought I was stupid for working as a cashier at McDonald's. It was my first job. I mean, I don't know what people expect, but, you know, being nice to people goes a long, long way. So just be nice to everyone. Being kind can make a world of a difference to someone. I worked at a political call center. That was fun. That was a really fun job. They used to get us like pizza and like they hooked us up. That was only a couple months. That was a temporary thing. It was a lot of fun. I was a babysitter for many, many years to two amazing kids. They taught me a lot about kids. That was a great job. Let's see, what else did I do? I worked at a dog groomer's. I worked at two different dog groomers. That was a tough job. The first one I worked at was very small. It was for a husband and wife. It was a husband and wife team, and they just had a couple of employees, and they used to yell and fight. They were not very nice people. Even some of the I remember there was a couple instances where I just saw things that should have never happened to people's dogs or cats, and after that I quit, and luckily they ended up getting shut down actually not too long after I quit because people were complaining about how they treated animals. The other groomer I worked at was fine. It was all right. And then I actually after those jobs, I actually went to school to be a hairdresser. Now, you're probably thinking, you were a hairdresser? Yeah, I actually still have my license. I'm still actively a licensed hairdresser. Do I use it? No. But I just keep it around just in case. I actually use it really for the perks of getting products and stuff, like shampoo and stuff, really cheap. That's worth it. And I did that for a little while. I worked in the mall. I did that for maybe like a year or two. I tried to start my own business doing that too, but that was a little complicated, and I had some weird, crazy guy that was like stalking me. I went to the police department and everything, but they couldn't do anything because there was no proof. I only had stuff on my cell phone, which I think that's proof enough, but whatever. So I did that for a little while, and then I started, you know, diving into really trying to make my own businesses. I've always had the entrepreneurial, I can never say that word right, mindset. And I always wanted to work for myself, but I wasn't sure how. I wasn't sure when it was going to happen. I always said one of these days my crazy ideas will take off. And my mom would always say, yes, it will. One of these days it will. One of these days it will. So actually, I started a business called Landry Line Cards. And that was, my grandma was diagnosed with cancer. And that was a really, really hard time for all of us. And we were really close. And I saw she would get cards and things that would uplift her spirits, and I wanted to create something like that for people as well. So I made inspirational cards with like my photography. I put pictures on the front of it that I took, and each card was dedicated to a certain person with like a quote about them or like in reference to them or something. And every card that was sold, I donated X amount of dollars to the American Cancer Society. So I did that for a little while. It didn't really take off. The greeting card business is super hard. I give credit to those people who break into that industry. It's really hard industry. Then I got into photography. So I started doing, photo shoots. I did like senior photo shoots. I did a couple weddings. I absolutely loved that. I really did. Hi, buddy. I loved it a lot. I did family photo shoots. I did all that kind of stuff. And I actually really liked, I love, it's, for me, I always say this, if you've been around me or worked with me, one of my biggest words I always say is connection. Connection is the biggest part of what I love to do, is connecting with people. Yeah, so photography was a really great way to do that. But again, there's a lot of photographers, and if you make it You're amazing. It's not an easy industry either to break into. So from photography, I created a business called Landry Line Design. Kind of a play on Landry Line cards, but it was Landry Line Design. So I did, I think everybody kind of at one point, I shouldn't say everyone, a lot of people I think experimented with the Cricut. So it's like oh my gosh, what's it called? Where you like make like t-shirts, like custom t-shirts with like sayings on it. You know, you can make signs, you can make whatever. You can make things with the Cricut. I did that during 2020, and the Christmas during 2020, this one particular business bought, was it insane? Maybe like 100 coffee cups for me that said, "Baby, it's COVID outside." And after I did all those 100 cups, I thought to myself, this is not for me. It took so long just to make a couple dollars. It was kind of ridiculous. So again, I give credit to all those people who do stuff with the Cricut full time. It is not for the faint of heart. My fingers were killing me. My eyes felt like they were going cross-eyed. I was going crazy. It was not for me. And then I really did nothing. I didn't say nothing because I'm a stay-at-home mom. So I have 4 kids. If you don't know that, I have 4 kids. So there's no such thing as doing nothing because you're always doing something as a mom. So I just focused on being a mom for a little while, but I always knew there was more. I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be doing something. I know, but I just didn't know what. I didn't know what that was. So I forget how old she was at the time. It was a couple of years ago. My daughter, Claire, she's my oldest child. She would beg us. She started watching Snake Discovery and Brian Barczyk and all these people all of the time, like obsessively. And she would beg us for a snake. I really want a snake, please. And Zach, my husband, said, no, I'm never owning a snake. A snake's never coming to my house, etc., etc. Never. Well, never say never, because here we are. So we started with a little leopard gecko, then we went to a ball python, and then the rest is history. We kind of went crazy really fast. And we got a lot of stuff, and it exploded, and it was amazing and fun and wild, and there was never a dull moment. So I remember sitting in the backyard with my friend Kate. We were sitting at the table, and I'm like, how do I turn this into a business? Like, how do I share this, these experiences that these kids are getting with everybody else? Like, how do I let them experience how cool reptiles are? How do I let them experience all of these fun things? Sorry, my dogs are barking. So I said, how do you make that? How can I make that happen? And I was like, you know what? I think I am going to start a business, and we're going to do birthday parties and school stuff and all of these things. I didn't know how yet. I didn't know what it was going to look like. I didn't know if anybody was going to laugh in my face and say, yeah, good try, and another one. But we started it. I started it, and I just dived in head first. If you know me, when I want something, I want it, and I want to make it happen now. You hear my dogs? So anyways, yeah, so I got the LLC started. I had to find insurance. That was a real hassle. Maya! Hold on. Yeah, so I had to do all that kind of stuff. I didn't have anybody to ask. I didn't know what I was doing. I was hoping I was doing it right. But I just kind of did it. Just did it. That's the first step of anything, is just doing it, right? So, and the name. So the name CZRReptiles. So I have 4 kids. And their initials are CZRR. So I did a play in the last R for reptiles. So it's Claire, Zach, Zachy, Rowan, and River. I did a play in the last R and did reptiles. So CZRReptiles. A lot of people ask, how do I spell it? Do I do CZR space reptiles? No, I just put them all together, CZRR, and then, reptiles, right? So it's all one continuous name. If you spelled it wrong, it's all good. I never actually came on here and explained it, so don't worry about it. Now, I know after hearing all that, you're probably thinking, wow, you've had a lot of jobs. And I've heard comments. I've heard another one. You're trying something new. You always change your job so fast. And you know what? I did in the past. And that's because if you're not happy doing something, why force yourself to do it? That's my lesson today. So if you're not happy where you're at, it affects every aspect of your life, every single aspect. And I'm not someone, if I don't feel right about doing something, I can't do it. I can't. So the past jobs I've had, if I didn't have them, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't have the perspective on life that I have today. So all of those jobs have shaped me into the person I am, to the business owner I am. The good experiences, the bad experiences, the ones I wish, were kind of like, I wish I didn't have to deal with that. But I wouldn't be where I'm at today. A lot of people are so scared to change things, and they stay stuck. Don't stay stuck. Don't settle. Do what you want to do. Do what your heart tells you to do. Even if that's changing your job and when you're 45, who cares? Do it. If it makes you happy, do it. And people look up to that. They're like, wow, like I wish I had the guts to do that too. Yeah, I have tried a lot of things, but this thing that was pretty much always a common thing between all these jobs is people and animals, and the connection that I shared with them doing these things. Now, doing this business is the best thing I've ever done in my life, besides being a mom, of course, because being a mom is the best thing ever that I've ever done. But as an individual, as a business owner, this is the best thing I've ever done. And I've never been more committed to something than I am to this. I've never been more committed to a job, I should say. It doesn't even feel like a job. It feels wrong saying job because it's a passion. It's a love. I've fallen in love with these animals. I've seen people fall in love with them in front of my eyes. People who say, ew, that's so disgusting. Ew, it's going to bite me. I'm so scared. People have literally changed in the hour or 2 hours, however long I'm with you, in that time. And it is the most magical, amazing feeling. And it's something that never gets old. And every single event, every single person you meet is different. It has a different story, has a different outlook, has a different perception of reptiles. Maybe they love them, maybe they hate them. But by the end of that time, we usually can change people's minds. And that's a really magical feeling to accomplish. Even my aunt, who's petrified of snakes, she actually has now held one. It was a little torturous for her, but she did hold one, so I'll take that as a win. And we have met the most amazing people doing this job. Again, I hate saying job, but we've met the most amazing people. We've become close friends with a lot of people that we've met at our events. I'll do a little shout outs right now. One of our events that we've done worked with a couple of times. We worked with her a couple of times. Amanda Fox. She's absolutely amazing. I love her so much. She's Cupcake's unofficial godmother. Or maybe I should say official, because she might kick me for saying unofficial. She's her official godmother. Yeah, she's literally amazing. We've become really good friends, all because of this, which is crazy to me. It's awesome. Where are you going, buddy? Another person that we've become super close with, his name is John. He runs Tipping Scales. Go check him out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. John is an amazing person. He's so nice. He's super encouraging. He's actually one of the people that was like, post that video on YouTube. Do it. Because I was like, it's kind of crappy. He's like, no, do it. Who cares? I still get nervous posting him, and he's got a lot more followers than I do. So I said, you know what? You're right. I'm going to post it. So John is amazing. We have a little project or surprise with him actually coming up in the next month or two sometime. Whenever it happens, it happens. And we can't wait for that. It's going to be exciting for him. And also, too, there's a lot of other people, too, that we've met. I could probably sit here for hours and keep giving shout-outs. It's shout-outs. So if I didn't say your name right now, don't be offended. It's called Mom Brain. And what else? Oh, yes. One of my best friends. So you've seen her all over my Facebook, Instagram. Her name is Chase. Chase, when I first started this business last year, now 2 years ago, 2022, I think I was like maybe 2 or 3 months into doing this, and she messaged me, I think twice on Facebook, and was like, hey, she kind of said a little bit about herself. If you're hiring, I'd love to come, maybe work for you. And at the time, I just didn't have the need because we just started. So it was I have events, but it wasn't like it is now. And then December rolled around in 2022, and I reached out to her and I said, hey, can I give you can we talk on the phone? And she sounded amazing. So anyways, we met up, and the first event she went to, it was really interesting. Very interesting event for the first one to go to. I won't go into details, but it was interesting. I'll leave it at that. And I was like, man, she's not gonna want to do this any longer. This is probably her first and her last, because it was interesting. It didn't scare her away. and we've literally become super, super close. I tell her everything, she tells me everything, and it's all because of her persistence of, you know, hey, it's me again. She's with me now. She's my partner in doing all of this stuff. She's amazing. I could go on all day about her too. But yeah, it's crazy to think all because of my daughter, who's 8 now. She'll be 9 in July. All because of her persistence also, this business started. I never was against owning a snake, but I wasn't ever thinking I would own a snake either. And now I'm so in love with reptiles. They're so amazing. I don't know. I can't see my life going any other direction now. It's crazy. All because of Claire, and then because of my, how can we make this into something? And here we are. And, you know, it's kind of nerve-wracking, honestly, putting this on the internet, because being vulnerable is hard enough in real life, let alone putting it out there for who knows how many people to see. People can use this stuff against me. They can, you know, talk crap about me. There's trolls, as you know, on the internet. Trolls are a real thing, and people aren't nice. But I like to believe there's more good people in this world who are supportive. And there's been, like I said, doing this business, people have been so supportive. Like, people I didn't even know were still kind of following along with my adventures, we'll call it, have been so supportive, and I couldn't ask for better people around us. Speaking of Chase, she just texted me. Actually, hold on. She actually texted me a really cool little quote here. I don't know who it's by, but it's a picture. It says, "The fear of snakes is cultivated. We are not born with it. Children love snakes as naturally as they love dogs and cats. Don't be afraid of a reptile's tongue. The only animal that can hurt you with its tongue is the human being." Ain't that the truth? That's powerful. That is powerful. But yeah, being vulnerable is scary, but I think of all the people whose channels I do follow along religiously, and all of those people, the reason why I'm so connected to them is because they have been vulnerable. No matter how many people have, you know, said crap about them or whatever, done them wrong because of something they might have said or done. All those people I have connected with because of their vulnerability, and that's something that I want to create with my following. And I only have 142 subscribers right now, so it's not many. But you don't know what the future brings. And like I said, I have big plans for the future, so, you know, I appreciate all the people that, even the 141 followers I have now, I appreciate all of you. And I hope that I can connect with you also. And this little buddy here, I love him so much. This is Tobago. Tobago's a tegu. And we'll talk more about him in another video. But he's my favorite. I know I probably shouldn't have favorites, but he's definitely one of my favorites, if not the favorite. It's between like him and the Burms. I love the Burmese pythons too. Thanks for listening.